all that troubleshooting an hour before your show.
Oh yeah, it was supposed to start.
We spend over 30 minutes watching technical difficulties, and do we actually learn from that because we're not using that gear?
Hey,
sorry.
tell them we're watching them.
No. I was in the other room and I came out, but that's why I just threw my hands up and I said, enough already. Because the thing to learn from that, from clear back in the 20th century, is the show must go on.
Right.
Be ready. And that's just,
Yeah, they're not.
because that's going on YouTube Live.
Yeah,
that's coming in from YouTube Live. We're not in Blab.
Yeah.
So in Blab, we could, that's much more common. But out on YouTube Live, another story.
Yeah, if you can't get your levels filled out, fixed, set before you.
Well, especially with the gear.
Right.
So I'm sorry. I just had enough of it.
Well, this is an example of. This is an
How
example.
not to do it.
Well, not only that, the average person would be like, man, screw this, I quit. I can't do this. My head's going to explode.
Right.
But they're going to keep doing it.
So this is Periscope.
What I like about you guys is I'm not dealing with ego. So
There's no ego on Blab. What are you talking about? There's no ego here.
I mean, it is about helping each other and learning from one another.
I enjoy it. If I keep epiphanies or things that the universe has dropped into my head, which it probably dropped into 1,000 more people's head at the same time, probably about 875 to 900 of those 1,000 people who got the same epiphany, they're not going to share it. And if they don't share it, that butterfly effect or that rippling effect that subbob mentioned, it's a shame that it won't occur. And who knows how it can enrich or help someone's life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Hey, welcome everybody.
Right.
So if you see this, that's my iPad showing this Blab.
Okay.
And I could have zoomed in on the whole thing, but heck, I'm taking advantage of this case to newsjack your Blab and show my kittens too. Okay. So if anybody wants to adopt one of those kittens, they'll be up for adoption the first week of June. Okay. And so if I come back, I am streaming. So my iPad is downstairs. My iPhone is pointed at my iPad on Periscope, and I'm viewing Periscope in my browser, playing it through my webcam back to the same Blab that I'm streaming anyway in the first place. And Robert, did that answer your question about how I did it? Slow it down, Beauty? Okay, got it.
Yeah, my head's hurting, Bob. I got to go take the Tylenol.
Here we go. At least we're on topic.
So slow it down. Kirk Kittens. All right. I'll go back to the big view, and I'll hold this steady for a moment. So on this monitor, I have Periscope in full screen. And I'm viewing my Periscope feed, which is just periscope.tv/subbob. And what you're seeing is my iPad that I have this Blab on. What you can't see is I have my iPhone on a selfie stick, and that selfie stick is on a love seat with a couple things weighted on it to hold it in a position. I tucked the handle underneath the armrest of it because I didn't have anybody to hold it for me. Now I could have zoomed it in so it was just the Blab, right? And if I had, it would have looked something like that. But as long as I was playing around and I pushed the envelope anyway, I zoomed it out a little, and that is our mommy kitten right there nursing her five-week-old kittens. Okay.
Too much information.
Now, it answered the question. The question was, how did I do it? That's how I did it. Exactly. It's just a chain. It's just taking inputs. You're just taking inputs and outputs and lining them up and rebroadcasting them. And what you don't know, and you never know, is how many other people, somebody else could already be doing this out there at Periscope, and you wouldn't even know it. And David Merman Scott, DMS, he calls this creating worldwide rage.
I didn't put it. Hold on one second.
Yes.
Losing control of your message.
Right.
Because even in Snapchat, I could take my Snapchat stories and set up my iPad and say, you know what, I want to watch these all, but I'm too busy. I could record everybody's Snapchat stories, or I could Periscope out to the world everybody's Snapchat stories. Nothing says I can't do that. Probably terms of service does, but I could still do it. Nothing's physically stopping me from doing it.
Well, see, that's funny that you mentioned that, because later on today I'm gonna be doing that exact thing with Anchor.
Yeah.
We're gonna delve into some Anchor stories and listen to some replies. And I haven't researched the terms of service the best, but as a person who's on Anchor, I'm gonna feed it right into the mixer and whatever. Like there's one about Happy Sibling Day. Do you wish you had a sibling? And there's like 60 responses, on it, replies, and I'm gonna, that's what the show's gonna be about later on. But you brought that up. I'm kind of, part of me is kind of anxious. Are they gonna come after me? Oh crap, Anchor's here. See you guys. I'm going to jail.
And on Anchor, I'm trying to decide whether, this is a tough one for me, because I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to stand by my principles on Anchor or cave. Because I only just went back to an iPhone 2 weeks ago. I had an iPhone for like 6 years, 5-6 years, and then we went to the Windows Phone for 2 years. And when I went to the Windows Phone, I told people I upgraded because it performed really well. But the apps have never come around for it. And so for 2 weeks ago, I went back to the iPhone. But my problem I have with Anchor is I can't listen to an Anchor stream and respond to it from my desktop, which is my comfortable place to be.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's iOS only right now. And so I had said, I told people that I was boycotting Anchor until it was available universally. Now I have an iPhone, and so I'm going, do I stand on principle?
Yeah.
Do I stand on principle? Which my dad used to call cut off your nose to spite your face, right? Do I go out there and start playing on Anchor? So I don't know yet. I haven't decided.
You should get out there. You should come on the Anchor. We could have some fun on Anchor.
William, Steve had said that he would avail himself of my PayPal. Do I have your permission to drop my PayPal link in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I always tell people I am subbob everywhere, either before or after. So with PayPal it's after. With Gmail it's before.
So hopefully.
So Bob, you got to come to all my blabs from now on, because there's always a possibility for you to get paid.
Okay, there you go. Right. And what I tell folks is, I'd like to help a lot of people. I'd rather help. I'd rather be in a position where I was helping 500 people and 100 of them gave me $1 in a month than one person in 500. All right, because I know that the more people I can help, the more people they can help. And this pay it forward, say it forward mentality. All right. So I'm out there doing things. I do these subbob tech tip blabs, and I tell folks if you got some value out of it and you want to do this virtual tip thing, you can. It's always accepted. It's never expected. All right. And I just love to share. That's me. And I'll be there. We're wingmen.
Sweet. How you doing, Mark? Oh yeah.
No worries.
Thank you, Cindy.
Everything's working, which is good.
Yeah, I had to mute the top thing because they weren't.
So what is this? I was downstairs when you dropped in this top one. We're showing how you can bring a YouTube in. Is that what they are? Yeah.
This is where we were supposed to be for our regularly scheduled programming. So we just brought it in here. But ironically, the same thing has been happening, in here today. They weren't quite ready. So let's see if they've got it now. We'll mute ourselves, because it looks like we got smiles, so maybe we're on.
And Robert asked, can you prevent geolocation with live stream?
Yeah, perfect.
I think in Periscope you can, and I guess the general answer to that, Robert, is that it depends. It's going to depend on the platform.
Yeah.
But also
Welcome everybody.
If the live stream's tied to your social media footprint, and your social media footprint says you live in Dallas, Texas, or Kansas City, then they're going to know the general area you're in.
Yeah.
I think you can prevent the where it's the point on the map where you're broadcasting from. I think you can do that. But on the other hand, as a techie guy can tell you if it's out there, someone can probably eventually reverse it engineer some IP address.
That's what
So I would never count on it being 100%.
Yeah, don't be a keyboard commando. I know that's not what you're mentioning, but if there's anybody on here listening, do not be a keyboard commando because you can't be found. Also, all one has to do is dig deep enough, and you can't be found. And I've worked on cases where crap like that has happened. Somebody thought they were in a freaking Abrams tank cybernetically or whatever, and they really weren't because they got stuff mailed to their doorsteps.
I've read your bio. I mean, I read your profile, William, and I don't think I've ever gotten to the last end of it. I've seen podcasters, former cop for 18 years. That's cool. So, how are you using this? Okay, so William, this is great, but you're in a situation probably like me, right? It's like sitting here and talking for a couple hours isn't paying your bills. So, what's your end game? What are you doing to monetize what you're doing now in the live video world?
My end game, my ideal end game is to get clients to do some consultancy, which I have done a few, but I still need to wrap it up to the level to where I don't have anxiety every month. And I do photography offline, and I make soap, sell soap, and I've helped some local businesses do video. Now, I'm leaning more towards creating videos, and Udemy, I'm not videos, but courses, and Udemy, was one of the platforms that I was thinking about today. Did the recent price change, and even the recent price change doesn't really bother me because I looked at it more of it as a list building type platform. But I am a member of Thinkific, and their CEO came on here the other day, and I really like the way that their model was set up. So here on Blab is to build that like and trust thingy, but I'm gonna be blatantly honest. I am here to get business. This is not just a purely social, having fun activity that I'm doing. There is an end goal. So yeah, I have fun on it, and I like to share ideas, especially in some closed groups. However, I do plan on making my living the non-traditional way, and that is not necessarily trading my time for money.
Right. And if Beauty Bubble, I was looking, yeah, she's still out there. So a week, 10 days ago, she generously used her room to allow me to pitch to people, to ask people what problems they had they could solve. That led me to having some follow-ups with some people. And I had a consultation with someone, and again, my initial consultations are free. It's getting to know people. But at the end of it, I asked the person, if this had been a paid engagement, if you had, you paid money to come here and talk to me today in this one-on-one video room, what would it have been worth to you? And his response was, Bob, if I take action on everything that you said for me to do, which I should because they were all good ideas, it would be worth $1,000 to $1,500. I could have paid $1,000 to $1,500 for this, and I would have walked away satisfied with what I obtained out of it.
Let me just make sure I'm
right. And that came about because of beauty. All right. And so people ask, what am I planning on doing with this? I am so complex that when I tell people I solve problems, it's hard in that I'm a jack of all trades. It's hard for them to understand what I do. If it's from helping people craft their messages, to a website, to a crowdfunding campaign, to live video. So I'm setting up labs. Well, here's one just ad hoc like this. But I'm going to have a formal series of labs where I partner up with people, and we solve a problem for someone that couldn't be a client, a nonprofit, a charitable case, a GoFundMe, and show people how I solve problems. And it's not giving away the store, because every problem is so different that the secret sauce is up here. It's not how I solve that person's problem. And so then other people can see how I solve problems and say, I want you to help me, I have a problem. That's what I plan on doing.
You can't possibly, I'm telling you, this is to everybody out there who's very fearful of giving away the best stuff. You get on here and you give away your kick butt, bleeding edge stuff, but understand this, the time that you're on Blab is not enough time for you to give it all away. Because you can get Bob, pay for him, or you can meet him or whatever, and he could drill so deep into whatever topic that you need help with that there's no way in HE double hockey sticks that he could have given away the store completely here on Blab. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah, and the other thing is, I don't know if you guys heard of Lewis Howes, but I actually recently brought his webinar course, and it was, I think it was close to $2,000. And I've gone through it. The information is there, right? It's decent, and you can potentially generate much more than what you pay for. But if I knew nothing about what I know now, everything that I saw from me live streaming to all of us having this conversation on here all the way up. If we put that in a structured, sequential manner via a course, I would have paid $2,000 for it to find out. You can do what? You can do what? With what? With what? Just saying, this is, it's very valuable information that I feel is great that we're sharing. And I think everybody who's listening needs to know this.
No.
It's going to be useless, everything we've discussed here, and unless you take it and apply it and start chewing on it. And don't worry about following. And join that group. Join Barb's group. Join it and share what you've discovered and ask questions. Don't worry about following. But if you just, step away from this blab and never try anything, all we are right now is entertaining you. And that's great if that's what you want. But take it and try it. Chew on it. Even though it seems complex, chew on it anyway.
I have a question, and this is Williams, is your blab one. We've been going for a while, but I'm just wondering, Barb mentioned the regular scheduled one. We've shared a lot here. Should we jump over? Should we call this one and jump over to this one and support them?
Yeah, because I'm going to have to go pick my son up at 2:45 anyway. So, let's hop over to the other one. Guys, it was great to be here. I tried not to be too salesy. I enjoyed it. We got to do it again.
As Beauty Bubble said, Barb or William, can one of you drop the link in for the blab we're going to?
Oh, hold on.
I don't know why we're not getting you.
You guys just stay here for a minute. I'll be right back, all right?
I just closed the other window because I have it streaming on
It's very strange.
YouTube as well.
I'm going to go to it, and
I'm hearing you. That's the funny
I know
thing.
Marty's my friend, so I'm
hearing you on that, but you're not going through.
All right. Yeah, I'll close out that drop in. Cindy, thanks. That's a good point.
Thank you.
All right. Barb, thanks. And everyone, by the way, everyone, I want everybody to know, while Barb's still here, I've seen William around. I only connected with him because Barb invited me to her Facebook group. To our Facebook group.
And thank you.
But she invited me to that. I saw him go live on Facebook video. So keep in mind, we learn from each other. Collision density. Yes, we're all connected, Beauty. You're right. Thank you. I'm drop out and we'll go to that blab. De-host. Oh, William, people also suggested de-hosting everybody before you close the show. I don't know why. But.
Yeah, because it'll keep going. Oh, okay, I got to de-host him. All right. Barb, I got to de-host Barb. All right. Hey, everybody, thanks for joining. And I'm going to end this. See you around Blab. Take care and be safe.
Hello all. As I said, this was a test during a blab. I'm going to spin it back around and let people see the. So here are a couple that are sleeping. There's one. I might finally be able to get a picture of each one of them separately. There's another. And the other ones are running around here. I'm going to turn this. Oh, there's the one. Come on, turn around. You're not going to turn around for me, are you? And then, oh, there's one over here. Hi. Can I say hello to the camera? Hello. Yes. How are you, huh? There you go. You want to see that, don't you? Oh, you want to say hi to everyone. Yes. And then, oh, there's another one. This one, I believe, is Becky's. Becky's my sister-in-law, my wife's youngest sister. Oh, you want to say hi too, don't you? Oh, you know, go over there. Hi. Oh, you. And then back around to this one. Are we going to get to see you? Hi. Oh, look at you. Yes. All saying hi. And this one right here. Hello. What you doing? Hi. And then this one over here. Fine. We have all 5 isolated so we can tell them apart. Oh, look. Look at you. Well, Ollie, did you want to be in the video too? No? All right. But you want to. You want to say hi. I know you do. Hello. Hello. Yes. Hi. Everybody wants to say hi. Okay. Where's Tawny? Okay. I'm going to show everybody Tawny. This is Tawny's the queen. She's the mother of those 5 kitties. There you go. Hi, Tawny. And Tawny's eating her chicken. That is canned chicken. Just all real meat. And that's it. Down Periscope.